All right, guys, welcome to General Query. This is Fonz. I go by he, him, and his.
Hey guys, and this is Zuki, and I go by she, her, and hers. Welcome to General Query, where everything is fine and nothing is wrong.
Or where we pretend everything's fine.
Yes, yeah, I was not too long ago, I was talking some smack about the manifesting thing. Remember, like I was like, "Oh, what the hell?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
right. All
Uh-huh.
this junk." But then we talked about it and I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe there's something to it. And I realized, Fonzie, that this whole like, oh, manifesting thing, it's just weaponized delusion in a good way. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I think I've started to, that's finally dawned on me. Maybe this is like old news for most people, but to me, it's like, oh, no, 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 no. Like, it's literally believing your own thing aggressively. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AKA my daily life. Got it.
You're like, so that's me.
So
Um,
you just looked up Fonz.
yeah, yeah. So I had no idea that this was like a thing, to that degree, I should say, you know?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm super happy about that. Um, because that just makes me feel like I'm not alone in my delusions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. As far as good news that we have going on, White
Yeah.
Lotus. Are you a White Lotus fan?
Never seen it.
And with that, we conclude this episode of General.
And that's all, folks. Thank you so much. See you later. Yeah, no, I know that they changed the theme song because I keep seeing that on social
Yeah,
media as that being like a very big issue for a lot of
yeah.
folks.
For
So,
me, so okay, so they've changed it from the first to the second. They changed it. It was like the
okay.
first one was very weird, slow paced,
Right,
catchy. Second
right.
one was like more upbeat, like let's go to the party. And then
Oh,
this one, obviously, because it's in
mm.
Thailand, I think,
Oh, is it? Okay.
is very like oriental. But it's not the same beat, and I think that's where the people were like, "The fuck."
Oh, okay, okay. See, I understand that. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, listen, I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so I completely understand the importance of a
Of a
theme
good thing.
song. Yeah, like because then the whole, yeah, I mean,
Vibe.
yeah, the whole vibe, it
Yeah,
sets you up. And that's the thing, the score of anything, whether it be a movie or anything like that, so important.
yeah,
So I'm with you. So have you started the new season? Do you like
yes.
it? Is
So
okay.
far, I am intrigued, but they do that
Ooh.
every time. I think, oh, who's the writer? Mike White. He's
Jack
like
White, I think.
Mike.
Mike White. Okay.
Yes, he's
Yeah.
very smart at how he introduces the plot.
Oh.
Especially for White Lotus, because like every single season's been in the same situation where like you'll get a presentation of the main characters, right? And then they'll break down kind of little its and beats pieces of like every single character that first episode that will kind of give you an idea of what the season will go through, but it always has a plot twist. So like, yeah, you think you have an idea,
Ooh.
but little do you know it's not going to happen.
Okay.
Or maybe it
Love
will. Who knows?
that.
All we know is like every single season has the same situation where like someone dies. So we know someone's gonna die. The question is who, you
Right,
know?
because last season I do know, spoiler alert, spoilers ahead. Last season I know it was Jennifer Coolidge that died, right?
No.
No? Okay, well, bitch. Then I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Because I thought that she was the one that died. No.
Not from what I remember. Maybe
Ah!
I'm wrong, but I no. I think she made it
Okay.
back, yeah.
Okay. I love that then.
Oh,
Okay.
because you're thinking of that one scene, the gays are trying to kill me?
Yes.
No, she
Yeah.
doesn't die.
So good. Such a genius line. Whoever wrote that, it's so smart and it's so funny.
Can you
Uh,
believe even this year, because of the new season, they're still selling merch with her lines on it?
that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, that's the thing. I feel like she's been an icon to a lot of us for a long time, you
Oh
know?
yeah.
Taking the dog, dumbass, like
Yeah, and
who,
everything
yeah.
she does, she'll like there's a caps line for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
She's excellent at it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, okay, so hear me out. I haven't watched White Lotus, but here's my newest obsession. There's a show called Traitors. Okay.
Oh, my sisters told me about it.
Okay. So, but of course, I watched the original, not the US version with the reality TV stars.
Right.
I watched the UK version, right? With just regular schmegular UK people. Okay.
Right.
And let me tell you something. I could win it. I could win it. I could win it.
Remember when we talked about delusion?
This is me manifesting my future.
I haven't seen
Um,
it, so I don't even know what it's
okay.
about. So maybe you could
Really
win it.
okay, so really quickly, if you haven't watched it because you should, um Traders, the premise of the show, it's a bunch of people and they go to this beautiful castle in Scotland. So you can imagine I'm already there.
Right.
Then the premise of the show, you have traders and you have faithfuls. Okay. The traders are chosen by the host of the show. Okay. No one obviously knows who the traders are. The whole purpose of the game is to find
Right.
out who the traders are
Hmm.
and get them out because the traders can kill people, right? Like they
Got
can
it. And is
start.
it like a reality show or is it like an actual scripted show?
No, no, no. It's a reality show.
Okay, got it. Oh,
Yeah.
so even the one with celebrities, it's like reality TV.
Yes. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And what I loved is like, if you're one of those people, and I think there's a cross section of people that like true crime and people that like shit like this because
Uh-huh.
you're so fascinated by like human behavior. And so you're watching it, and obviously, you as a viewer, you know who the traders are, right? And you're watching the faithfuls completely misread people and like completely have things go over their heads. And most importantly, you see how personality matters so much to human beings as like animals or herd animals, that the people with the most obvious like narcissistic, everybody likes them, they're so popular, like
They're
this
the
thing,
traders.
they're the traders and nobody clocks it.
Oh God.
Nobody. It is fascinating.
So it's
So
like high school all over again.
yes, 100%, which is
So
how
you're
I
right.
know
Maybe we would win it.
we would win it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and also it's like a super fun, like you get to be devious on purpose and like create intrigue and discord amongst groups of people.
Right. Who doesn't love that? So I
Who
have to
doesn't
watch
love
that
that?
one, and you have to
You have
watch
to.
White Lotus.
And I have to watch White Lotus. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it. So, but it's on Max, right? So it's one
Yes.
episode at a time.
Yes.
If you haven't listened to last episode, you won't know.
No, I
That's so
hate that.
funny to me.
Hate it. Hate it. Yeah. So I have. So tomorrow, we're recording on a Saturday today.
Yep.
So tomorrow we'll see episode 2.
Episode 2. Okay, great. No, listen. So
You're
watch
right
the
on
trailers.
time.
I'm right on time.
Or
Watch
you could
the
just wait
trailers.
like a couple weeks,
No,
and then watch a few at a time.
I like it. I like
I
a little.
don't like that because then you
I
have to
like
rewatch the first one to remember what happened.
I like a little edging. Anyways,
That's true.
so all that to say, watch the traitors, watch White Lotus, and the fascists. Anyway, moving on to and if you're offended by that, you are one.
Right.
Okay, so to keep it light, to keep it cute, to keep it sexy, this episode we're gonna talk petty revenge because a couple episodes ago,
If you guys have listened to us throughout our entire almost 2 years now, well, technically it's a year of actual episodes, but
Right.
2 years of recording.
Yeah.
You guys know we like Petty.
We love Petty. You know, a couple episodes ago, we talked about the masterpiece that was Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, and you know what we said about that too was I realized watching Kendrick Lamar do what he did is that I'm not hating to my full potential, is what I found out.
Like I could hate better.
I could hate better. I could be more committed to hating. And so because of that, I've just been so inspired. And so Fonzie and I decided, okay, to keep it cute, keep it funny. Now, really quick, we have a couple episodes coming up that are not as light, but we'll make it funny. You know us. Anyway, but to keep it funny and keep it light, we wanted to have and highlight a few kings and queens of petty revenge stories and just see, one, can we improve upon their amazing activities, or if we just,
Or
agree.
do what we regularly do and judge and give our opinions.
It's what we do here.
That's what we love to do.
It's what we love to do.
Okay, here's the thing. So I saw a video completely unrelated to our topic for today. I just need to get it out of my chest.
Tell me.
I saw a video of it was Lady Gaga and she was defending Taylor Swift. This was like ages ago. Lady Gaga was wearing like her little mermaid ensemble or whatever, and she was like,
Yeah.
oh, and it was this interview with the guy who does all the housewives. Anyway,
Andy Cohen.
that one, is he?
Yep. Yeah, Andy Cohen.
No. Andy Cohen is the one with like completely white hair.
No, that's Anderson Cooper.
Oh, got it. Got it mixed. You know me and names. Anyway. Anyway, she's saying like, I don't know why people are so obsessed with hating. Like they always have to find reasons to hate people and give their opinion, blah blah blah. And I was like, girl, we don't hate. Like Suki and I don't hate. We just have opinions, and
We opine.
love to share our opinions.
To those that are willing to listen, to those that are unwilling to listen,
Yeah.
to
We're
those
practically good Karens,
yeah,
like the good kind, not like the kind that fucks people over, like the kind that kind of just makes you laugh. I hope.
Right. I hope. And also, like, we're the kind of Karens that if we see Karen behavior, we would be like, oh my God, that's embarrassing for you
Yes.
and for your soul. Don't do that.
And for the community as a whole.
And for the community as a whole. Yeah. And I think also part of this commitment is even if people tell you, I don't want to hear about what you have to say, just remember somewhere Joe Rogan is making millions off of saying the ridiculous dumb shit he says on the internet, and he gets paid a lot of money. So anytime you're like, maybe I'm not smart enough to share my opinion, or maybe this, just remember some straight man, Joe Rogan, has the audacity and has never doubted himself.
Debatable. I
not
don't
once.
Think he's
so tell him.
Yeah. Get it out of your chest. If they want to hear it, great.
Get it out. Get it out. Fuck it.
Just get it out.
Get it out. Perfect. Beautiful.
All right. So we're going to share some petty stories.
Let's do it.
And we're going to make fun of everyone. I hope we don't agree with any of them. Just kidding. But anyway, did you want to go ahead and take the lead?
Yes, I've got to start because this one is insane. Like, this is borderline illegal, I feel. So hear me out.
I love that.
Okay, so this one's called the decaf payback. A woman worked in an office where a coworker constantly stole her coffee creamer from the fridge. No matter how many notes she left, the creamer thief continued. That's hilarious. So she swapped out her regular creamer with a heavy dose of laxative-laced milk. The thief never fessed up, but the office mysteriously had a sudden epidemic of stomach issues for a day. I mean,
So it was the entire office.
it was the entire office stealing this person's coffee creamer,
Hmm.
which, listen,
I mean, here's the thing. Maybe I'm wrong, but like if you're
probably.
putting something into a communal fridge at work,
Oh,
unless it's your lunch sealed with a little lunch bag,
okay.
then it's pretty much open for everyone. Like, what do you think? Like, they're gonna respect a label that says Karen on it? No.
Yeah, honestly, to your point, it's interesting because there's, a very highly debated topic of office etiquette, right?
Yeah.
Like, what is it that you do? And you're right. In every office I've worked at, things like coffee creamers, milk, and stuff like that are
Even an
community property.
apple, an orange, or if you left a yogurt, like an unopened yogurt, like someone will take it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, and this is what I mean. This petty revenge is borderline like illegal because
Yeah.
I feel like this is slightly more acceptable poisoning.
Like,
You
what
know?
did she expect, though?
The person putting the creamer in the
Yeah.
communal fridge. I
Like, she
guess
expected herself to buy creamer for herself and people to respect the fact that it
yes.
was only hers.
Hmm. See, okay,
I
to
mean,
your
I love
point,
her innocence. I'm not gonna lie.
it is cute. It is
Yeah,
cute.
it's cute.
But what I will say, like, I in one of the offices I worked at, my favorite office that I've ever worked at, me and my favorite coworkers got together and bought like an $80 mini fridge from Amazon, and we all pooled $20, and we put that mini fridge in an area that only we could reach. Okay?
See, that's how you do it. If you want to keep your
Yeah.
creamer to yourself,
Yes.
buy your own mini fridge and keep it in your office or
That's
keep
what
it
we
in your
did.
cubicle.
That's what we did. That's what we
Yeah,
did. And it was great because we didn't have to share with the peasants then.
exactly, exactly.
And the best part is everybody knew we had our own mini fridge because we told everyone.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't touch it. You have
Yeah.
no access to it.
Yeah, we did an FYI email to the whole
Exactly,
office.
exactly.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
great. So,
See, that's how you're supposed to do it.
yeah,
Not little
listen,
Miss.
let me poison you and make you poop
Yeah,
your brains
I was
out.
gonna say Little Miss Sugar Tits.
Little Miss Sugar Tits. Ooh, that brings me so much trauma. Guys, I don't know, but I don't know what it is with dudes, but that's what they love to call me. Anyway, yeah, so
That's funny.
you go. You're
All
next.
right. The Ex Who Ghosted Me is the title.
Okay.
Uh, I had this ex who used to ghost me all the time. One day, after months of silence, I got a message from them asking to hang out. Instead of replying normally, I pulled out my best passive aggressive move. I said, "Oh, I was just thinking about you. I made a playlist of all the songs that I cried to you while you ignored me. Want to hear it?" Then they didn't respond. I don't think that's petty revenge.
That's not petty revenge at all. That's giving sad.
I know.
Uh, why would you do this? Okay,
Yeah, that's unacceptable.
really quick. I know I just went on this diatribe, guys, of how you should share every thought that you have with the world. Okay. But let me retract my own words really quickly. Like that, okay, maybe not that. Okay, share the thoughts that make you look like a bad bitch. Don't share the thoughts that make you look like a sad sack. What is wrong with
Yeah.
you? No, you keep that information to yourself. You don't tell people your crying playlist. What is wrong with
hmm
you?
Yeah, I didn't like this story. That's not petty. That's just like
That's
sad.
sad. That makes me
That's
sad.
pathetic.
That's fucking pathetic.
Pathetic behavior.
We don't like it.
Right.
Next.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Oh my god, we need a palate cleanser. Let's see. Let's hope this one's
Palate cleanser.
really quick. Uh okay. The parking spot snatcher. A guy had a neighbor who always stole his designated parking spot. After multiple polite warnings, he got creative. He parked his car somewhere else, then spread birdseed all over the spot before his neighbor pulled in. The next morning, the car was covered in bird poop. The neighbor never took his spot again.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
That's
That
effective.
is prime example of petty revenge.
Petty.
Yeah.
Number one, a key pillar of any petty revenge, it has to have prove it energy. You
Yeah.
know?
Also, there has to be a lesson to be learned.
Correct.
I think the person learned their lesson.
I think a person learned their lesson.
Yeah.
There's plausible deniability. Like, who did it? We'll never know. You're telling me I'm responsible for bird flight patterns now? That's weird. Now you sound crazy. You see, whatever petty thing you enact has to have that energy. You have to be able to be like, wow,
you're crazy.
That's wild. Who
Yeah.
would do that? Who would
Right.
be crazy enough
Yeah,
to do
yeah,
that?
yeah.
And you
Yeah,
have
like
to buy it.
slashing tires, breaking windows. We've heard it all. That's not petty revenge. That's just
No.
psycho behavior.
Yeah, that's
Go
just,
get treated. It's
Yeah.
like creating a sad playlist. Go get treated.
go get treated. Talk to your therapist about it. That's
Yes.
fucking weird. Don't do that. But to your point, yes, there's a fine line between petty revenge and like misdemeanors and felonies.
Correct. Yes.
You know?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, just ask your president. Anyways, so yeah, that's absolutely the
Yeah.
definition.
That was a beautiful petty revenge.
Chef's kiss. So
Love
well
it.
executed. Beautiful. Okay,
Okay.
go.
The unwanted advice giver.
Oh, God.
We love them. We just talked about giving your opinion.
We love them. We are them. Thank
Correct.
you.
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Here's the thing. You said we are them, but if you do not want your feelings hurt,
Then don't ask me.
even if you feel like you're at 120, don't ask me.
Don't ask me.
Sometimes I may agree, sometimes I may disagree, and
Never know.
you may or may not like it, but it'll be there.
Just make sure you're in a good mental state for that roll of the dice.
Correct. You never
Yes.
know what you're getting. But anyway,
Correct.
a friend of mine who was always helping me, quotations, with my fashion choices, most condescendingly said, "You know, you should dress more feminine to be taken seriously." I said nothing at the time, but the next time we went out, I showed up in an over-the-top, ultra-feminine outfit with a giant pink feather boa, sparkly heels, and a ridiculous bright bag. I took every step like I was walking the runway and made it them visibly uncomfortable. As I left the event, I whispered, "I bet you didn't expect me to look this fabulous today." I don't know if that's petty revenge. I
Yeah.
wouldn't classify that as petty revenge.
I think that's just revenge. I think
No,
that's
I think
just
that's
like,
just a joke on you. It's like, this is what you wanted. Look at me now, bitch.
oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
It's not
okay, okay.
like this is not gonna hurt that other person's feelings.
No, not
It's
at
not
all.
gonna teach him a lesson. Like, they're gonna
No.
continue giving their unwanted opinion. So revenge, no.
No. Own? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
owned. Yeah. You owned it.
It's like, this is
We
what you
love
wanted.
that.
There you go.
Yeah. But okay. So in that case, what do you think would be a good, like, getting back at this person? I say, like, whenever someone gives you that type of, like, feedback that maybe one you didn't ask for, or that you know is, like, petty and, like, maybe hurtful, I always think the best way to turn that around is just to start saying the same things to them.
Right.
Almost, yeah.
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 Like, things that they're doing wrong
Yeah.
that you would be like, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. Or like, ooh, is that a new jacket? That's a choice. And then just walk away.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That'd
Yeah.
be more of a petty revenge, not like,
Yeah. Or, oh, is that your outfit for this party? Interesting. And then walk away. Like,
Yeah.
just say that, right?
you know, it's funny. I've actually used that line before.
Yeah. Oh,
Interesting
okay.
choice.
Interesting
Go.
choice. right? Like, just leave it at that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I have,
yeah.
I have had, and again, this is very personality based, right? But a lot of the times, if you're a known loudmouth, your silence often is
Says a lot
enough
more. Yes.
to send people into a tailspin. I know this because I've been told this directly, right? Of like, oh, you didn't say anything about whatever. And I'm like, I had nothing to say.
Yep.
And then I just,
I remember when you and I used to work together ages ago, just like, 2 or 3 years ago.
yeah,
Um, um, I remember that all the girls or all the women we used to work with would love hearing my compliments.
yes,
One, because if you know me, compliments don't come easy.
they
Like,
don't.
you either have to
No.
look amazing for me to notice, or if you look terrible, you won't hear anything unless you ask. Yeah. We did share a couple of moments like that where people or the chicks that we work with would be like, "Oh, you didn't compliment my outfit today." And that would literally be my answer. I had nothing to say. What do you want me to
Yeah.
say?
And I can't tell you how many times I would get feedback on that. They'd be like, Fonz is, and I'm like, you asked him. Do you
Yeah, your
understand?
fault.
You went and did this to yourself.
Yeah.
What do you want me to
On a
do?
good note, that's why I was able to sell like, over 10,000 a month regularly.
Regularly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So again, if you're ever in this situation, just give it right back to them. It's
Yeah.
the easiest thing to do, truly. It's like beyond easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Okay. The missing Wi-Fi. A college student lived with an annoying roommate who never paid for the Wi-Fi, but used it constantly. One day, the student changed the Wi-Fi name to pay your share or it stays off and set a new password. The roommate had no choice but to finally cough up some cash. And that is genius.
Correct.
Perfect. No
Once
notes.
again, that's how you do it. Lesson
That's
learned, and you accomplish something.
yes. Yeah, exactly. And also pay your bills.
Yeah.
Don't be a
Or,
bum.
or if
Like,
you don't want to, don't just take it. Like, ask them, may I use it?
yeah,
That's
be
one
like,
way to do
hey,
it.
yeah, hey, I can't like totally help with the, I don't know, Wi-Fi bill, but I'll take over the dishes
Correct.
or whatever,
Yeah. Or just
right?
ask permission. Very simple thing. Like, hey, do you mind if I use your Wi-Fi? Like, while I get some, or maybe we can split it. Ask for permission first.
Just ask, guys. Like, it's really
Yeah.
not, yeah, 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 yeah. We talked about it.
Common courtesy, people. God.
Common courtesy. And also, I know some of us are like confrontation adverse or something, but this is just like you have to be able to communicate with the people you live with, especially if you have roommates. That's crazy.
And also,
Grow up. Grow up.
grow up and roommates. I wouldn't suggest you have them. That's all.
Honestly, guys, like I know the economy's rough, right? We
There's
know.
only been one roommate that I've been okay with, and he wasn't really a roommate. He was just there for a couple months.
Listen, I'm married to my roommate, and and we still constantly have to have conversations about what's acceptable behavior and what isn't. So,
Eating ice cream at night.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, again, it's a constant, sort of communication thing, my
Right.
friends.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
If you can't communicate with your roommate, I can see how that would be awkward.
yeah, it's super awkward, and that's why I give this person credit for just changing the Wi-Fi. Fine,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
You forced it, and I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds
you do
good.
one more, and then we'll take a quick break.
Sounds good. The one who didn't believe in labels. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Someone told me once that they didn't believe in labels when it came to sexuality. I didn't say anything at the time, but later I casually posted an Instagram story where I said, I love my fellow queers, whether you label yourself as bisexual, gay, pan, or just living life to your best. No
Okay.
judgment here. The passive aggressive nature of the post made them feel some type of way, but I didn't care. It was a nice little reminder that just because someone else avoids labeling themselves doesn't mean you should be forced into that same box.
Okay. See, that's an interesting thing. Because really
Yeah.
quick, so I have heard this discourse, Fonzie, in the queer community. Some queer folks don't like labels. What do you think about that?
I don't know, to each their own.
Sure.
It's like pronouns, you
Okay.
know? It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Sure.
It's a preference.
Yep.
So just respect that preference. If this person doesn't want to be labeled as bisexual, gay, lesbian,
Pan, whatever.
whatever, like respect that choice. They just want to live life. Like, does it really bother you that much that you have to make a
Right.
post about it?
Well, and I think for me, whenever someone's like, and I've seen this in allies, so I'm calling the ally community out right now because I've seen several allies say this, like, well, then how are we supposed to know? And it's like, well, that's the thing, you're not supposed to know,
It's
right? Like,
not for you to know.
it's not for you to know. And also,
Yeah.
like, this idea of, like, I think, like, demanding labels comes from a very binary place, right? And where straight people live, right? And
Yeah.
so,
There
as
has to be like a clear divide for sure.
a clear divide. And
Yeah.
so that's inherently, in my view, anti-queer in a lot of
Yeah,
ways, right?
for
Like you
sure.
can't, yeah, like
Yeah.
demanding this label feels like you're asking for something that doesn't belong to you.
Right.
And
Yeah.
yeah, so no, I'm with you. I don't like that. It's like
Just mind your own business.
just mind your business. Like, oh my God, imagine
Yeah.
how far we would be in society if that was the case. Because, like the video that you just sent me a while ago
Uh-huh.
about the city councilman being upset because the
Oh yeah.
person calling in used the wrong pronouns. And she was like,
Yeah.
no, no, no. You said in your law that I
Right.
can't,
You voted for that law. Yeah,
that you
exactly.
voted for that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, if I call you she, that upsets you. It's weird, right? Because that's not your preferred pronoun.
And then she's like, anyway,
Anyway, moving
thanks
on.
for the intrusion.
She's like, you interrupted me. Moving on.
Right.
Yeah. So
Moving
it's
on,
very
miss.
miss. It's very that, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it can
Yeah,
easily be
there's no need
flipped.
for labels. Some people do prefer them, some people don't. You know, it doesn't really take away
Does
from your
it
2 minutes
really
of life.
matter?
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not going
No,
to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. So
I agree. So I
go
don't know
with
if
it.
that was petty necessarily, but I think it was effective.
It was I think. Just
You
kidding.
think so?
Yeah, like why are you making a post calling them out?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
it was passive aggressive and not a fun
Yeah,
way.
it was passive aggressive in the sense where like they wanted a label, like they wanted the other person to label themselves. So they were being petty by posting something,
Ew. Okay,
calling
yeah.
them out.
Never
Right.
mind.
Yeah. So no.
You lost.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
bad
It wasn't
energy.
even petty. It was like a sad
Dumb.
excuse of a petty.
Do better.
Learn how to do petty.
Learn how to do petty. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more petty stories. Be right back. All right, guys. So we're back for some more petty revenge stories. This is one of my favorite episodes right
I
now.
did the last one, I think.
I know, so it's my turn.
Correct.
Okay. This one is interesting because
The
it's.
question is it petty? All right, let's
I'll let
see.
you decide.
Oh, before
Okay.
we move forward, I want to brag. Look at
Yes.
these beauties right here. You know, it's funny.
What?
My boyfriend's mom was like, "Oh yeah, that's what our nails look like after a long day out in the fields and stuff."
Yikes. That's a read.
No, it's great. No, I love it because that's what I was going for. Like, you know, like dirty
I love your nails.
zombie
Guys,
look.
really quick, as a side note, Fonzie puts so much energy in his manicure,
Oh, yes.
and I love him for it. Um, it's just a stark reminder that you can be biologically one thing, and then somebody will show up and just be better at it than you are. So,
Hey,
anyway,
we don't do that here. We're not putting
that's
stereotypes.
right. That's right. No stereotypes. But this is an OPI like just paint job, and it's already chipping, and I painted yesterday.
You painted your nails, right?
Correct.
Same here. And they're like 9.99 like gel kits on Amazon, and they're amazing. When you can visit, don't worry, I'll do your nails. Let's go to our
Please do my
story.
nails. Please.
We'll paint little funny shits on it.
That would be amazing.
Like not actual shit, but you know what I mean.
I mean, maybe. Really. What's stopping us? We'll keep you posted. Okay, so actually this next one is kind of on theme.
I hope so. Give me petty.
Give me petty. A woman had a rude boss already. Ugh,
Okay, yeah.
dead. A woman had a rude boss who constantly criticized her for minor things while taking credit for her work.
Sounds like 99.9 of the population. Okay. And then
99. When she quit, she left a glitter bomb in her desk drawer that would explode the moment it was opened. The boss was picking glitter out of that keyboard for months.
but was he though?
I don't know.
Like
That's all. That's
she
what's being
left it
claimed
in her
here.
desk or like the boss's desk?
It says in her desk drawer.
So her boss's desk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it could be petty, right?
I mean, it's super petty in the sense that it's like a constant reminder, right? Like a
Right.
constant, like,
Correct.
oh,
Yeah.
you know? And I think that's I think, so important in any sort of petty revenge is like, the longer it lasts, the better.
Yeah. I think for me, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but for me, if it's a petty revenge, once again, there has to be a lesson learned. And what was the lesson here?
Yeah, like,
Did you? Like, is that the lesson?
Yeah, did he understand that you left this because he took credit for your work? We don't know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a fun revenge. Petty, maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I recently heard from someone that I used to work with of their petty revenge because this particular manager of theirs would wait until the last minute to make changes to presentations and stuff before this person had to present that thing to like higher ups. And what I loved about this petty revenge thing is that there was no ambiguity to it. They agreed to present this messed up presentation that they didn't know anything about, whatever, that had been changed. And when it came time to it, they just called it out. They said, "Oh, I'm sorry. This next slide, I'm not overly familiar because so-and-so made changes about 10 minutes ago, but I'll let them speak to those changes. So-and-so, go ahead." And then just waited.
That is a petty revenge.
That's petty revenge.
Correct.
Because it's you need to learn your lesson. You cannot be doing this to me. And most importantly, you're not going to make me look bad, friend.
Correct.
On this.
Yeah.
So let's be very clear. I'm not taking credit for shoddy work that you changed. And go ahead and speak to it. Bye.
Yeah.
And again,
and that's like the corporate thing. Once again, a petty revenge, there has to be a lesson learned.
Yeah. Exactly. And this person definitely learned their lesson. Definitely learned their lesson because now you have to jump in.
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. So,
Yeah.
yes, I understand, like, especially in office stuff, so
Yeah.
much stuff goes down that, like, you may not be responsible for, or, they're putting shit on you.
There's a lot of people, too many chefs in the kitchen. It's
Too
just,
many chefs in the
yeah,
kitchen, too much of this crap. So, that's one way to do it, y'all. Like,
beautiful. Yeah.
call them out. Call
Yep.
them out. And if you ever, this I know from experience, if you ever want, like, a professional way to say something petty, ChatGPT it. Trust and believe. ChatGPT has a sideways professional way of telling someone that's not my job.
Just make sure in the description you put professional in there.
Yeah, yeah. Professional is key.
Right.
Yes. No, I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
it could
This
have
one,
been
not
better.
so petty. Your story, chef's kiss. That's how
Chef's
you do
kiss.
it.
Go ahead, babe.
Call him out. Okay.
Okay.
The accidental party invite.
Oh,
This person had always been civil to her ex,
okay.
Dana. They put names, okay. Despite
Okay.
the fact that Dana cheated on her with a mutual friend, Sam. But when Noelle
Oh.
saw Sam gushing on Instagram about Dana's exclusive birthday party, one she obviously wasn't invited to, she decided to have a little fun. Noelle created a fake event page titled Dana's Wild Birthday Bash Open Invite and posted it on every local college group. Free drinks, DJs, special guests, of course. By the time the actual party started, a flood of random strangers had shown up, turning Dana's classy gathering into a chaotic, a full-blown rager. Cops were called. Dana was livid. Noelle sipped her wine from afar, watching the drama unfold on Instagram Live. Oops. Petty. Love it.
Petty. Petty. We love it. Genius.
Yes.
Good for you.
Especially that
Good.
last sentence. Noelle was just, sipping wine, watching it all unfold. I love it.
There is a term in German that I'm going to butcher right now. So please, if there's any German listeners, I apologize in advance. Schadenfreude, which is the psychological concept of garnering pure joy at someone else's suffering.
Love that.
The Germans, see, this tells you the Germans are really good at this because they came up with the whole word for it. Okay.
Well, we have sadists. Just kidding.
We have sadists. We're not like out of the running. Yes, Schadenfreude. And it's like the
Love it.
idea that you just get this immense joy from watching someone else's suffering. And that's what this is giving. She's
Yes.
sipping her wine on Instagram Live, watching the beautiful fruits of her labor. And
Yeah.
I know a lot of us that have had either tumultuous like family backgrounds or even like you've gone through stuff with friends and you're like, dude, come on. We've all had moments where you just sit back and you're like, oh man, it feels so good to be right. And it shouldn't feel good because there's bad stuff happening. But man,
Like, man, oh man, it feels so good.
man, oh man. And then the phone calls come in and you're like, oh my God, no way. Did the thing that I said was going to happen? What? Tell me all about it. I'm normally drinking coffee when this happens.
Sips coffee.
Because I'm a classy broad.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I'm feeling joy from this right now. I wish I could have been around for it. I mean, that's great. That's petty. Be
Yeah.
this person. Be this. That's
Right.
great.
Yeah.
No
You'd be
notes.
sipping on your Gewürztraminer from far with them.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that I'm talking about being like, this petty person as I'm sipping from a coffee cup that says, do what is right, not what is easy. I'm a hypocrite. Welcome.
Wait, but petty revenges could be right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Could
No fake
Right
news.
to whom? Who knows?
Perspective is everything.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm next. Let's see. Okay. The petty pizza payback. All right.
PPP, love it.
PPP. We love a triple P. Okay. A guy was at a
I
party and
always appreciate double P.
I knew that that was gonna be for Fonzie. Fonzie does love a triple P. Um, a guy was at a party and ordered a pizza, but when it arrived, a random guest who didn't chip in, oh, I'm already irritated, who didn't chip in, grabbed 3 slices before anyone else got one. Oh my God. Okay. I have a lot to say about that. Annoyed, he excused himself, called the pizza place, and ordered another pizza to be delivered directly to him, then ate the whole thing while making full eye contact with the pizza thief. So, how do we feel about that? Was that petty
Maybe
or
it
not?
was petty.
Yeah. Listen,
Here's
go
the
ahead.
thing. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Fully
I'll tell.
admitted, maybe I'm wrong. But
Okay.
the way I was raised, we do not fight over food, okay?
Listen, 100%. I'm with you, and this is where I'm going to go in. Okay.
Uh-huh.
You're right. We were both raised this way. You don't fight over food. However, I know that we were both also raised this way. If you're going to somewhere, okay, and you're going to eat, and you either weren't able to contribute or just didn't know there's just food there, you know you're not the first one to take a massive percentage of the food before anybody else. And you never take the last of something.
Okay,
That's
here's
just
the thing.
rude.
It goes back to the whole fridge scenario. Cool.
Okay.
And maybe I'm just up because I always expect the worst of people, okay?
Yeah.
But you can't expect people to control themselves around food.
Oh, that's a really rough statement. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, was it up that this person that didn't pitch in, they were the first one to grab a bite? Sure, whatever, you know.
Yeah. Rude.
But I would be like, okay, well, this person was brought up like trash, and that's what they are. Walk away with my 2 slices. That's all. Was it petty revenge to eat your full pie by yourself? No. It was
No.
more like giving them the idea that you were hurt by it. I'm not going to give anyone that pleasure. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I know because I've gone to therapy, I know that that's not healthy. Because I've been told that by a professional. But I also do that. It's this thing where if you hurt my feelings and you know about it, you're someone very special in my life. Very special. Because I can tell you, most of the people that have hurt my feelings, period, have never known about it and will never know
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
Because I would rather die. I would rather
And give
walk.
you that pleasure, yes.
Oh my God. I would rather walk into a wall with a toothpick underneath my toenail than let you know that you hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Never in a million years. So if I'm letting you know that you hurt my feelings, you're welcome. Number one. Number two, go fuck yourself. Number three, fix it. Um,
Oh my
but
God, you hear that? Anyway,
yes. So vary that. Like I'm with you, Fonzie. Like it's just never gonna be me. You could never catch me looking bothered.
yeah,
That's one thing.
same.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's why in
No.
this situation, that's not petty revenge. That's you letting them know it bothered you. And that for me is unacceptable. Pathetic.
Pathetic. Pathetic.
Yeah.
We're not
And
here
once
to
again,
be.
it goes back to the whole thing that, I mean, I was raised to not fight for food. Like, you know, think, praise the Lord Jesus that I was able to pitch in. This person probably doesn't have that luxury. So it is what it is.
Yeah, we were both raised by women where you never looked at how much people ate, you never asked, you just gave. Like we were
Yeah.
both raised by by women
It's
like
also
that.
wrong, you know, but, you know, at least I feel better as a person.
110%. Yeah. Both our moms would kill us if they saw us watching anybody's
Pinching pennies.
plates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we also learn from them how to be petty. So, okay, girl.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Right. But see,
Okay.
we learned the right way
We
to be
learned
petty.
dude, I know you and I both
Yeah.
could probably have a whole episode about the petty things we've seen both our moms do over the year. Oh my God. Women are they're masters at it. I'm
Exactly.
like, I don't even know. Yeah, and that's the
Mexican
thing.
women are masters
Dude,
at it.
Mexican women are masters.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but if it's Mexican women with not great relationships, like as in like their marriages and stuff, I'll speak about my mom specifically.
My mom as well.
Oh man.
The revenge will be served on a silver platter.
Dude, they're so good at it. They're
Yep.
so good at it. And that's the thing, they're so small and cute and nice, and you never see it coming. And then you're just like,
It destroys you.
just slow clap.
Yeah.
Like, there's been times where my mom has handed me my entire ass on a platter, and I'm like, you know what, sis?
You're like, touche. Bye.
Touche, girl. No notes.
But you're not going to see me cry.
But you're not gonna see me cry because you taught me better than that. See you later.
Right.
Alligator. Yes, no. So again, I think some of us are just better equipped for it, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
Okay.
All right,
Fonzie,
next
you're
one.
next.
The pronoun payback.
Ooh.
I'm already
Okay.
intrigued.
Me too.
Chris's boss, Greg, refused to use their correct pronouns. By accident, Greg always smirked when they misgendered them, making it clear that he did it on purpose. So Chris took matters into their own hands. During an important client meeting, Chris introduced Greg as Mrs. Gregory Patterson. Every time Greg corrected them, Chris gasped dramatically. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I get that wrong? My mistake. It's so hard when people don't respect names, huh? By the end of the meeting, the client looked unimpressed and Greg was fuming. Chris, however, felt absolutely victorious. This is just what we were talking about. It's like that
Off
one.
mic.
Exactly.
Yes.
Oh, it was off
Yes.
mic. Sorry. Yeah.
It was off mic.
100%. Yeah. Brother.
Listen, golf claps. That is
Yeah.
excellent.
It's not.
No,
Pronouns are not that big of a deal, people.
they're not. They're not. They're not.
Labels are not that big of a deal. Just deal with it. Be a grown up. Put
They're
your
not.
big boy, big girl pants on. Like, just.
Just deal with it. And I think
Does
the
it
best
hurt you? Does it change your life in any way, shape, or form?
right.
No. You're just
And I
being an asshole.
then just right. And I think that that's what's key, right, Fonzie? Like, flip it. Okay, so pronouns aren't a big deal, ma'am.
Right.
Oh, is that odd for you?
Oh, is it weird? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. What? Oh, so you do have preferred pronouns then, right? Okay.
Oops.
Oops. My bad.
Yeah.
Right?
I know a lot of people might disagree with us on this situation, but it's not that big
No,
of a deal.
it's not that
If
hard.
that person corrects you, just use the pronouns they prefer. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
That's it. Okay, so really quickly, quick side note. We've talked about it ad nauseum, but I love literature and I love books and I love the written word. And one thing that's amazing about those things is that it evolves over time, right? Which you can see it in the way, I mean, again, a huge reason why we teach kids, or we used to, depending on how long the Department of Education has left to go, we used to teach the kids Shakespeare, right? And a huge part of learning Shakespeare is learning Old English, right? And understanding how they used to speak, because it's certainly not how we speak today. And so I was thinking about that yesterday. I watched Nosferatu, the scary movie.
Is it good?
It's so bad, but everyone should watch it because it's that bad. Um,
Okay, so
I
how's Depp? What's her name?
Lily Rose Depp.
Yeah.
No, she's a really good actress. I
Okay.
do. I don't think I don't even think it's like I don't think it's a question. She's good. She's
It's
good at
just
what
the
she does.
script that was bad.
The script was bad. Yeah, let me be clear. The acting superb
Okay.
because it had great actors in it and they showed up. The movie plot was just not where it needed to be.
But it's also meant to be kind of comedic, right?
No, I think it's meant to be a little bit avant-garde, a little bit. Not necessarily
Okay,
comedic,
got
but
it.
sort of
Got it,
like
got it, got it.
abstract,
Yeah.
avant-garde,
Okay,
that kind of
okay,
thing.
okay, okay.
Um, but in the movie, they talk a lot about
What she meant is watch it stoned.
watch it stoned, watch it under some substance. No
Any,
judgment.
any substance.
Any substance. But in the movie, they keep referring to the character of Lily Rose Depp as having melancholy, right? And we know that that was a way to describe women with depression or any
Correct.
sort of mental illness. Like it was like melancholy was this like blanket term,
Yeah.
okay?
You were either a witch or melancholic,
Melancholy,
aka psycho.
aka just needed a little medication or to
Right.
have like an orgasm or two. I don't know, depends. But anyway,
Yeah. Who
yeah,
was that doctor that discovered
Kinsey,
fing-
the Kinsey
fingering?
scale.
Oh, Kinsey. Fingering
Kinsey,
women to
yes.
give them orgasms.
Yes, 110%.
Anyway.
So, all that to say, I looked to my husband and I was like, okay, so now, from now on, anytime I'm having a
A moment.
episode, I'm just gonna say I'm
A
feeling melancholy. And it's just classy and cute. And I'm just feeling melancholy. Prove me wrong. You can't. And that is the power of language. All that long ass caveat to say is that language is this beautiful tool that we use arbitrarily to fit our narrative, right?
Yep.
So whenever anybody says, oh, this pronoun thing is new, it isn't. It isn't.
Yeah.
It's just a change in how we use language to describe our
Yeah.
surroundings. That
I mean,
includes
let's be
people.
very mindful. I mean, let's go back in history, okay? Gladiators each other. They weren't called gay. You know, they swallowed each other's loads. That was the ultimate alpha male.
Epitome of masculinity.
Yeah.
Yes,
And then we went back to being suppressed and being like, ooh, we don't talk about that. Women
that's right.
have zero rights. They have no right to talk. And then now we went through a phase of like trying to be progressive, and now we're back to let's not do that. Yeah.
Right.
So
Very that.
think
So for
about that.
me, like, I think that's the best way to deal with these like pronoun like deniers or like pronoun people that have issues with it. Flip it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I agree. Flip it, but also like grow up. If you're one of those people that don't believe in pronouns or don't want to use the right pronoun on people, like just grow up.
Grow up, dude. Like,
But also, here's the thing. Also, like, if you're someone who's trying to do different pronouns, like, you know, I get the whole like sees them whatever shit.
sure.
That's a little extreme.
It's difficult.
Yeah,
It's
don't
going
be
to be
extreme on either
more
end.
difficult.
That's the thing. Don't be extreme
Yes.
on either end. Like, be logical and grow up. Grow
Yes.
up
Grow the but I love that
on
person's
both
approach.
ends.
That
Yeah,
was very smart.
yeah,
I like it.
yeah, same.
Okay. So I have one more, and you guys are this one might be a little bit weird. Fonzie. It's my last one.
Okay.
A woman regularly took the bus to work, and an entitled commuter always took up two seats with their bag, refusing to move it for others. One day, the woman brought a bag of cooked shrimp, casually opened it, and set it right next to the seat hog. The bus ride was suddenly very uncomfortable for them. What do we think?
Just to see if I'm clear. This person liked to take more space than they needed to.
That's right.
I have feelings
Okay. Let's hear it.
because
What are the feelings?
obviously I would be that person who'd be like, "Don't invade my personal space."
Okay.
But also, if I'm in public transport, I would understand that there's no such thing as public space because a certain
Correct.
amount of people need to get to a certain amount of space,
That's
or
right.
a certain amount of, I mean, to a destination in a certain amount of time. So,
Yes.
like, I don't know.
I
Like,
have
I
a lot.
would be the one pushing people over to give me some breathing room, but I wouldn't be hogging like 5 spaces just because I don't feel like interacting with anyone.
Right. And I think that's what's key.
Like,
Like,
don't be on top of me, but
but you
also, like,
can't,
I
I'm sorry.
understand someone
No.
needs to be next to me.
You can't put a bag in an empty
Yeah.
seat. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. You
exactly.
cannot. You
Yeah.
cannot. Your
Yeah.
bag goes in front of you.
Unless it's an airport and you're waiting to board a plane.
Oh, okay. No, no, no.
Yeah.
That's different. At an
Yeah.
airport is different.
Yeah.
But especially at airports, because normally you're traveling. I mean, most of the time you're traveling with someone, right?
Yeah.
And so, say they're going over to the Dunkin' Donuts, for a bear claw or
Even
something.
if you're by yourself, because I've done it, I'm not, I don't take guilt in it. Like, if I'm traveling by myself and I have my carry-on, I'm gonna put my carry-on next to me because I don't want any person next to me because I'm gonna be in my zone. Okay? That's all.
Oh my God. Oh my God. And I would be across the thing. I'd be like, oh my God.
Okay, but here's the thing, like, it's a fucking airport. Like, if you don't like the fact that I have
Yeah.
my bag next to me, you can sit across and still hear when we have to board.
Okay. No, that's fair. Okay. I'll give you that. No, no, no. That's fair. Um, I think I'm just thinking like we would be a menace at an airport, you and I together. We would
That's
be an
true. We've never
absolute,
flown together.
we've never flown together. And that's the thing. We'd be an absolute drunken menace at an airport.
We should do that.
And
And
I
we'll be traveling with our partners who would be the sober ones, and I am okay with that.
who would hate it
Yeah.
every second of it. Um, yeah, I don't know. If you're in public transportation, you have to be aware that there's a bunch of people trying
Yeah.
to get a seat. You can't put that. And honestly, that's great. Cooked shrimp, teach them a fucking lesson. It
I wouldn't
reeks.
even go to, don't cook it. Raw fish. Make it nasty.
Make it super nasty.
Yeah.
Unless you're like on your way to make like a seafood boil, then you kill two birds, one stone. That's great. We love that for you.
Yeah.
But
Or something
yeah,
nastier. There's this one substance, and I know this because my boyfriend's a chemist. And you don't even have to like bring actual food into the space. You can just spray a bag with this fart smelling substance, and it's beautiful.
okay, see?
One drop
Yeah.
does the trick. There you go.
Yeah. If you're in public transportation, you need to mind your P's and Q's and
Yeah.
like be aware of other people. Like, for example, really quickly, cultural nuances are important. Like, for example, getting on a train in Japan, you don't speak. They don't speak. It's quiet.
Right.
Do not be the butthole that is on a Japanese train making noise. Because whatever country you're from, it's gonna get blasted. Like, it's embarrassing. Don't
Yeah.
do that.
So when I lived in New York, because I have the same issue where I don't want people near me,
Yeah.
I would always stand versus sit. So if I wanted my personal space, like I would go stand where I saw the least amount of people and just like grab onto a rail and just stand there versus
Yeah.
sit. I need to sit. Also, it's dirty. Public transport is dirty for the
It is dirty. It's inherently dirty. That's the thing.
so
It's supposed to cycle a bunch of people, right?
exactly. So if
Yeah.
you are a germaphobe like myself, just grab onto a rail, Lysol your hand after, and you're good to go.
And call it a freaking day.
Don't
Yeah, but
want anyone sitting next to you. Don't be an asshole. Just
that's the thing. I think
stand
like
up.
after we came out of COVID, a lot of us forgot how to human. And I
I
just
I didn't know how to human before COVID. And I appreciated that space. Okay.
Fonz doesn't give a shit about whether or not you need space in public transportation. He wants his space and he doesn't care.
Period. Yeah.
Period. I do care. And I think,
That makes you a better person.
yeah, I would be like, come on, dude. Like, no.
I'd
Like,
be like,
let's
no, off, don't come
let's
near
move
me.
this. And then all you hear is two queens having an argument over to the side. And I'd be like, you shouldn't get it. Right?
Right. But that's why I'm
So
saying, like, if you don't want to sit next to someone, then just get up and go to an empty spot and grab onto the rail. You're good to go. No issues. Been there, done that. Believe me, it works.
so the lesson that we're taking from this is live your life as if you're Fonz. And then everything
That's
is fine.
iconic because I have a tattoo that says, live your life as if you will die today. So,
Perfect. So do that. Watch White Lotus. Yes. And The Traitors because it's so good. And I want to know, are you petty or are you better than us?
um, my God. I hope you're not better than us.
Listen, guys, we've had some wild takes from you guys over the past couple of weeks. We just have. And we love you for it.
Can I
But I
just
have.
mention, you know how we talked about karaoke last week?
Yes.
Um, so my partner decided that he wanted to say that his go-to song for karaoke would be "I'm Alive" from Celine Dion.
Okay. Listen,
But yes, uh, let us know about your
please.
petty stories.
Petty
I
stories
hope
because
everyone has at least one.
at least one because we've had some wild takes from you guys. So
Oh
I'm
yeah.
excited to see how petty you can be. And that's a thing. We'll keep it anonymous if you want it. We just want to know, what are you up to? You know?
Give us juice.
Give us some juice. What are you doing? Who wronged you? We always love those stories.
We do, yeah.
Yeah, so keep us
Once again,
posted.
sadist, or what was that other word?
Schadenfreude, I think. I'll type it out for you guys because I'm pretty sure that's how you say it in German, but I'm not
Right.
convinced. Because I don't speak German, but I'm trying. So no, I'll type it out. But yeah, if you're a sadist and or someone that takes extreme joy in watching other people suffering, do let us know what kind of games you've been up to lately. And until next time, this has been
General
General
query.
Query. Bye
Goodbye.
guys. Bye.